Hello everyone, this is Noemi Banchi from Valley Heights, Australia, and well, today we are going to continue with the study of the seven rays, and all the information we are going to see today is based on a book, Siete Rayos by Rubén Cedeño. So we have seen two rays. The first one, which is the blue ray, yes, and the second one, which is the golden ray, correct. So today we are going to see, of course, the third ray, and it is pink. Let's get started. Well, this is the title. So the objective of today will be work on that. Well, what do we have here? So, from the belly upwards is the divine love. Below is the other love. You know what I mean. Exactly. And both are okay, of course. Both are nice, except that the divine love is unselfish, and the other one, well, everyone knows. I think so. Okay, but the good news is that divine or the other, we are going to talk about love. Yes, today the pink ray is about love. How does that sound? Okay, interesting. The third pink ray of action and divine love is the frictional fire in the third sphere of both the great central spiritual sun and the causal body. Yes, so let's have a look here. The two representations. On one side, on the left hand side, we have the great central spiritual sun. Some religions call it God or Ishvara, and it contains the seven aspects of the totality of life. Okay, so we already talked about the blue ray, which is the first sphere. We already talked about the second ray. Just to make sure, let's recap and talk about just one or two virtues of each one. So, what are the virtues of the first blue ray? Well, protection, strength, power. And from the second sphere, the second golden ray, there is intelligence, wisdom, observation. Yes, and well, from the third sphere it is actually what we are going to see today. But we already know something is about love. One aspect is love. Yes, and as you see here on the image, on the right hand side of the screen, you can see the representation of the I am, or in other words, we can say spirit, soul, and body. And at the same level, to say, there is, at the same level of our soul, there is this causal body, and the causal body is exactly the same as this one in the great central spiritual sun. In other words, yes, we already not everyone develop, but this is the goal, that we develop all the seven aspects of the totality of life. just as we are going to see overall in all these activities. All right, what 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 do you think? So the picture tells us that we don't need to go outside to find love. If people feel lonely, or they would like to be, with someone else, always you can seek your inner self. Your inner self is love. So the love is within you. You don't need to go outside. Probably, I'm not sure, but probably you won't find love outside. Sometimes yes, but sometimes no. So the good news is that we can find this love within us. Yep. Okay. So, virtues of the third pink ray. Okay, and then come up something else. Love. Okay, we already know something. Love. Okay, just let's read all of them and let's go to see, and then let's see each of one in more detail. So first of all, love. Yes. The divine love and the other love. Yes, correct. Activity. Cohesion. Yep. Sensibility. Gratitude, tolerance, worship, and omnipresence. Omnipresence means being everywhere. Okay, let's start with love. Just to make sure, when you say to someone, I love you, in that scenario, two things can happen. One is that you really love that person, and yes, there's coherence, let's say. Yes, coherence between the word I love you, or the words I love you, and the fact. Correct. On the other hand, it may happen that the person says, I love you, but it's not a fact. Well, I can give you an example. Yes, because I was a child, and when I was a child, my mom, when I was a child, Facebook didn't exist, or Instagram, or anything like any social media. So my mom didn't post any comments about, I love my kids. I mean, perfect for everyone who does that. But it wasn't my case. By the way, I don't even remember my mom telling me I love you very much. But what I do remember is that every time I had to go to school, I had my uniform clean and ironed. Every time I was hungry, I had food on the table. And every time I need clothes, I have clean clothes, and yeah. So if I wanted education, okay, I went to school and I have everything I needed. Love is not just the word. Love is action, and for this reason it connects with the second aspect of this video, which is action. Nowadays that we are living, I'm talking about me and my mom, we are living in different cities, we probably say more often I love you every time we talk. But it wasn't when I was a kid. And because, well, there are other forms, other ways to express love, not just by the word. And even though someone says, I love you, well, you know, we need to see if there is, in fact, love there. Anyway, let's continue. Well, what we can do now is just practice ourselves this love. Because another thing is, and this is what Master Jesus said, what is the purpose of loving those ones we already love, our loved ones? No purpose, no gain, nothing. It's like, oh, it's too easy, isn't it? So what we can do is love our enemies. So I propose an exercise, an activity right now. Just think of a person. That particular person who you are not along with. It might be your ex, or it might be your boss. It might be someone in your family, or a friend, or maybe a neighbor, or someone in your life that you don't get along with them, or there was a discussion, a different point of view, something like that, and there is some rough situations. Just think of one. And we are going to practice this love by doing a decree. Let me show you. The decree is, oops, I wrapped you in my love cycle. You got it? I wrapped you. Okay, let me maybe put like this. Okay. I wrapped you in my love cycle. So let's first think of that person. I got that image in front of me. And with my finger, I'm pointing and I'm just doing the action of wrapping that person. And let's do it. I wrapped you in my love cycle. Once more. I wrapped you in my love cycle. And you can do this as much as you need, as you wish. Okay, let's continue. Well, we said about activity and the relation between saying love and the real action. And here we are seeing like a group of people working. This person might be the leader or maybe a teacher. And the point is that activity, love, well, this third aspect is the third aspect or the third ray is when you do something and is unselfish. So let's say that a teacher, a facilitator in metaphysics will show someone, as the student, its errors, their mistakes, their errors, their mistakes, in order that to they be aware of that. Activity, action, just do it. Okay. Another virtue is cohesion. Cohesion, and there's a word nowadays very what is inclusive. Exactly, we are inclusive with the drunk. Yes, with the prostitute, yes, with the priest as well, with the LGBT, or with the I try to show here politicians, because sometimes in politics, religion, there are some different aspects. But if I mean, we can agree that we disagree, can't we? Okay, we agree that we disagree. But the point here is, don't um, don't don't reject the person. Just accept different point of view. For example, I am vegetarian. I don't eat meat at all. But it doesn't mean that people around me who eat meat, it's okay. So we can share a meal, we can have dinner together, and it's fine. I am going to eat whatever I want, and they are going to eat whatever they want, and it's okay. And this is being inclusive, cohesion. And the same can happen in politics, in religion, and the example that we can see here with the flags is, well, different countries, different backgrounds, different culture, and so on, so on, so on. Be inclusive. It's part of the big break. By the way, the big mistake is to feel separate from others. This is big mistake, the error. Just feel that you are different, you are separate from others. Okay, sensibility. And under sensibility, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, is an understanding of our ability to decide about what is good or valuable, especially in connection with artists or social activities. So, it happened that the most sensible people or sensitive are artists, yes, but they are not the only ones. We can develop this sensibility just paying attention to, for example, this. Just let me show you just a sunset and being quiet and just, yeah, I'm going to stay here and enjoy this moment. Just without talking, just appreciating this moment of sunset. A flower, the power of a smile. Everyone who smiles, well, there is sensibility. You can change someone's mood by just a smile, just smiling. Have you tried that? You are walking, let's say you are doing exercises, and just you are walking, maybe with your dog, and you just smile the other person, and the other person smiles to you, and this is sensibility. Okay, what else? Gratitude. Thank you, Father, for any miracle that happened to us. Thank you for everything. So, there is here some examples. Because when you receive a compliment, what do you say? Do you say, oh, thank you? Or, don't be bothered? Or, no, because every time that someone says to you a compliment, it's good to say, thank you, Father. I am accepting. Accept that compliment by just saying, thank you, Father. When you achieve something, oh, thank you, Father, is the expression that we use in metaphysics almost every day. What else? When we have a shower, thank you, Father, for a beautiful shower. I don't know if you like hot or cold. and for the meal. Before eating, when we are ready to eat, just take a moment. You just relax and say, okay, first, thank you, Father, for this meal. And you just practice. And every time then becomes, you know that 21 days, if you do something for at least 21 days, it became a habit. It becomes a habit. Just if you, I haven't done this, okay, when I was a child, I hadn't that habit in my family, but I started here in metaphysics, and I thought, okay, I'm going to say, so every time, everywhere I'm going, I do thank you, Father. There is I don't know, it's a reason, but it's something like can help to know. When you go out, you like to go to good restaurants, don't you? I do like. But when you go there and you see the menu and you choose wherever you want to eat at that time, you don't really know what or how was the cook day. Maybe he had a bad day that day. Maybe he fighted with someone. We don't know. Maybe he received or she received a call and it wasn't great news. So when we say thank you, Father, for this food, you are impregnating the electrons of the food with good energy. And whatever may happen in the kitchen, it will not affect you. And you will have a good digestion. How does that sound? Are you going to give it a go? Okay. And for everything, if you have let's say you get a job, thank you, Father. Let's say you get promoted, thank you, Father. It's a beautiful day, so you want to go out or anything you need to do this day, thank you, Father. Always thank you, Father. We use a lot. Usually we say thank you for a lot of things, but maybe we don't thanks enough to Father. Father is remember, if we need to go back, is exactly this. We can think of this, but if I'm telling you to say thank you, great central spiritual sun, the origin of everything, I think it's too long. Well, a short form is just saying Father, and then you can say just thank you, Father. Thank you, Father, for this activity. Something like that. Okay, let's move on. We talk about sensibility, we talk about gratitude, and now worship. Okay, to have a strong feeling of respect and admiration for God. And this is the definition of the Cambridge Dictionary. And I have another story. Okay, so that story involves a character. Is Vedavyasa. Vedavyasa we talk about him when we talk about the beings of the golden ray. Do you remember? Who was Vedavyasa? Oh, what did he do? He wrote the Mahabharata. Yes, he wrote about the Kurukshetra, the war between Pandavas and Kauravas. Yeah. Krishna was there as well. Okay. So he did a great job because before Vedavyasa, the teaching was not written out of mouth. So people just tell, the teacher told to the students, and the student became teachers, and then the teachers told to students, and that so on, so on, so on, for generations until Vedavyasa, because he got the idea to write it down. Also, I'm going to write it down. Vedas, Mahabharata, and Purana, well, other books. Mm-hmm. Well, the point was that he, after finishing all his job, his books, he was sitting, but he wasn't happy. So he told to a guru, look, I have done this. I wrote the Mahabharata, where I explain the Kurukshetra war, what happened, and I'm not still feeling happy. Why? And the guru said, because you did all the job and everything was okay, but you don't worship God. By worshiping God, we find the sense of life. So it's not just, it's a good story actually. I love it. The sense of this third thing about worship. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what do we have here? The third pink ray of action and divine love allows us to become incarnate. I want a balance. We already saw a woman body. Well, now we can see a male body. And we balance today both. Okay, so when you think of your body or someone else's body, this is free. You choose whatever you want to think of. Okay, when you think of your body and you are incarnate, you became incarnate here, you can think of, okay, the third pink ray of action and divine love is what allows me to have a body. Otherwise, what's happened with the cadaver? With a corpse? The body starts to disintegrate and then it's gone. Okay, well, this is one aspect. So we have this body, in other words, we have this body because of the third pink ray. Another aspect of this is when you see a body, you can think of the physiognomy, the muscles, the skin, but we can also think more like a scientist with a scientist mind, and think of that particular body. Let's say our body is composed of what? Different organs. And those organs are composed of different molecules. Different molecules are composed of different atoms. Yep. Okay, so an atom is actually energy. Yep. So instead of thinking of your body, you can think of that. Let's say this. the light is represented by the emotions, and this is different colors, and the shape are forms of thoughts. So in other words, we can think of when you have good vibe, good feelings and good positive thoughts, positive feelings, positive words and positive actions, then you are brighter and good shape. Otherwise, if negative if you have negative thoughts, negative feelings, you say negative words and or decrease and negative actions, then the color became darker, like black, brown, gray, and the shape became grotesque. So we can start, and this is another thing, we can start by dressing colors. Just start with that. Dressing green on Tuesday, for example. No, sorry, Thursday. Today is Thursday? Yes. Green on Thursday and different colors for different days. And avoid dark colors, black, brown, gray. It will help you unconsciously, but it will help you. Okay, what else? Okay, travel agents, pay attention. If you are travel agents or tourist guide or journalist, homemaker, secretary, receptionist, if you are a cultural agent or computer operator, or even a media worker, well, you belong to the third pink ray. All of those people who work, as I mentioned, they belong to the third pink ray. Yep. And there are some flaws. Okay, having developed the pink ray without full consciousness of the being, a person might be extremely naive or intellectually pride, distracted, selfish, and might not pay attention to details. So there are some little mistakes what we need to work on. And there are some elements that belong to the pink ray. And let's have a look. So first, Tuesday. Yep. Which means that if you already know that Tuesday is the day of the pink ray, we can choose to wear something pink. What else? Cardiac chakra. Okay, cardiac chakra is this one. Cardiac chakra. It belongs to the pink ray. Ylang smell. It's very sweet smell. Rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite is, I have here an example, is pink, by the way. And this is the image. Let me show you. Yep, yeah. This is the image of Master Jesus. Yep. And the stone, this is rhodochrosite. And this is from Argentina, because this stone is Argentinian stone, rhodochrosite. And this is from the Redentor Christ, Cristo Redentor in the Andes between Argentina and the border between Argentina and Chile. So there is a monument there that it's, yeah, but I got this there. This is from Argentina. Okay, and rather cross it. But people also can wear in jewelry as well. It's very nice. Okay, countries which belongs to the pink ray: Argentina, China, and France. The animal kingdom is also the animal kingdom belongs to the pink ray. Radio, telephone, internet, everything related to communication, public transport, and dance and ballet. Ivanhoe movie is an old, very old movie, but it's amazing because you will see in Ivanhoe movie, you will see one of the characters that we are going to talk about, but next activity, and is Lady Rowena. Lady Rowena is part of this, and by the way, the movie is based on the book by Sir Walter Scott. Okay, and Puccini's La Boheme. I don't know if my French pronunciation is correct, but it's also a very nice opera based. Everything is about love. Amazing opera by Puccini. So that's it, and oh, thank you very much. This is all for now. So we talk here about the pink ray and where we can find it, especially within us. We can develop these virtues that we talked today, and we are going to see some beings who work to this particular pink ray next week. Have a lovely evening and see you next week. Bye for now.